I will now talk to you about what computer simulations are and what they can do in our world. What are computer simulators? Computer simulators provide the user with experiences of real life by combining computer models of the world with realistic input and output devices and other realistic graphics. Some examples of input devices are controllers and joysticks. Computer simulators are normally done in real time and have computer models underlining them. And the GIF on the right is a bunch of different ways that you can use computer simulators for airplane flying and more, like cars. Examples of computer simulations. There are multiple different types of computer simulators, but one of the most common ones is the flight simulator. It combines computer models of physics of flight, aerodynamics, and the aircraft structure. The picture on the right shows the Redbird, which is a type of flight simulator used by pilots and other kinds of people who want to learn how to fly. Flight simulators continued. Ways to make experience more realistic. This can be done by the use of 3D graphics, joysticks, switches, and levers in the simulation room. The more accurate the environment of the simulator, the more real the experience, and so the more prepared the user will be when they have to take their simulated experiences out with them to the real world and apply them to everyday life. How are full motion platforms used in flight simulators? Full motion platforms are used on commercial simulators, and what is so unique about them is that they are able to raise, lower, rotate, and tilt based on the user's inputs. So it provides an even more realistic experience to the user because, for example, if they are flying a plane, they can then feel inside their simulator the plane actually tilting and moving and doing flips, so they get more of the gravity aspect of the simulator in their simulator. Benefits of flight simulators for military and commercial airlines. These are benefits because, number one, it is easier to train pilots on a simulator than it is on an actual aircraft. Also, they are able to be quickly reconfigured, and they can be reconfigured to a certain place, a certain aircraft type, a location, weather conditions, and different emergency situations that every flyer should be well equipped to deal with. Also, they are able to simulate dangerous events without harming anyone or without wasting precious resources. And also, different flight simulators can be combined to provide dual simulations, so people can practice co-op missions and other things like they would actually have to execute them in real life. Another example of computer simulator. Another one is a driving simulator, and they are used, just like the flight simulators, to train drivers. It enables hazards to be added without harming others, and in driving, some common hazards are pedestrians and cyclists. And also, they are used by racing teams, and they are able to check the car's design and setup by running the car through the simulator and seeing how it reacts to different kinds of environments. Even more examples of flight simulators. These are ship simulators, train simulators, spacecraft simulators, combat simulators, and many, many different other types of simulators that can really help others because people can get the experience of being in certain environments without actually putting themselves or others in harm's way. Advantages of simulators. Users can practice dangerous and unusual events multiple times without danger of being harmed. Also, specific environmental conditions can be programmed. You don't have to fly or wait for these unique conditions to arrive. In all, it saves time and costs less than the traditional methods of training. Some disadvantages, however, of simulators involve that you cannot create an exact replication of real world. And they're simply just simplifications of our real world. And errors in data and processing can occur, which make the simulator not be as accurate as it should be. And it also can't reenact true feelings and pressure that would relate to the situation, because you can't have the same fear and pressure of having many lives at stake based on what happens in real life on your simulator. An example of the disadvantages is when you're flying an aircraft through bad weather, you cannot recreate the stress level of having an aircraft full of real passengers, and that also any mistake you make can lead to the death or injury of many others. Here's my bibliography. I used Informational Technology in a Global Society for the IB Diploma by Stuart Gray.